Alrighty. Hello everybody. Like it's been forever. Um, you guys know where you're at. I know where I'm at. It's the 2K podcast, and I'm your host. I'm the Ribster guy. Um, okay, so I didn't do a podcast last week. I've been playing a lot of 2K video games in general. You know how it be. But end of this week, I thought, well, I guess I better do another episode. There's a few listeners out there that actually enjoy this podcast, and that's all I need to get by with making a few more episodes here and there. So I am actively looking for guests, 2K developers, 2K anybody, content creators, up and comers, people with knowledge in the pro am scene, maybe some 2K League players, who knows? Anybody who gives me the time of day with some credibility, I will try to get them on for next week's episode. Okay, so let's get right into it here. Late last night, I made a tweet about certain toxicity going on, and I will share that tweet with you guys. So let's go back to the beginning. In 2023, well, this year, September 13th, as you can see here, if you're watching the pod, September 13th, I made this tweet about, Mike Wang in the community, and um, how if we were just a little bit more aware of what we write online, we'd have a lot more 2K devs willing to communicate. And when I said that, I meant that, obviously, that you show some gratitude, appreciation for these people who don't have to do this. Like, they have a job. They don't, and their job is not to go on Reddit and talk to people. That's my job. My job is a volunteer job, and you would much rather listen to these people than to listen to me. So we were just paying attention just a little bit more of what we say and how we talk. Um, we would have not just Mike Wang, who's the gameplay director, but we would have, other developers, or just there would be more uh what's the word I'm looking for? The ambiance would be uh better for more people of higher status, or of more knowledge, to come and interact with the community and be a part of the community, to ask more questions, to give more answers even. But so that was September 13th, and then I I did this tweet. I made this tweet last night where I was just talking about how, just a reminder, basically, just to reiterate what I said on the 13th. It's meant to be cool when 2K engages with the community. Some of you would rather be toxic, and that ruins potential discourse for everyone involved. So, what does this mean exactly? Well, you guys know I'm the moderator, I'm the lead mod over at NBA2K and my team subreddits. If you don't know what a subreddit is, think of it as like a forum community type of thing, but think of it as like massive, because NBA 2K has over 500,000 subscribers or followers. I don't really know what to call them there on Reddit. And then my team is, honestly, it'd be cool if my team reached 100K by end of this year's cycle, this 2K cycle. But as of right now, they're at over 50,000 over there. So there's a lot of people. It's a lot of passionate people. But for some reason this year, our community has not made it easy or made it pleasant to communicate with. And it's gotten to the point so fast because we're still in September. It is end of September, but we're still in September. It's gotten to the point where, you know, it's right now, 2K is, if they see some of the comments that I can't even show you on the pod, um, if they seem, if they see and if they have seen some of these comments, um, I put myself in their shoes. I wouldn't want to be here. I wouldn't want to talk to these people. I wouldn't want to interact with these people because, um, and look, and I've said this to my staff on Reddit. I've said this to them. I said, look, I'm all for allowing the community to be critical and even blunt about certain things involving 2K. But now it's gotten to the point where we're attacking the individuals behind the game, like the developers, and like personally, because they've been on Reddit. We know what their Reddit names are, and there's people calling out these people and making just insane remarks that I can't even comprehend how people think to say this stuff, or maybe they don't think at all, and that's part of the problem. But you know, it's it's been tough. I would say the last 2 weeks or so, um, because there is also a fine line with the moderation. Of course, if anything, if it's breaking the rules, we want it removed, regardless of who it's aimed at. If it's breaking the NBA 2K rules or the Reddit, which is the Reddit rules, we remove it. But there are a lot of posts just of criticizing, and they don't quite meet that criteria of breaking the rules. But at the same time, they're done in such a way where it's like, it's so rude, and I don't remove those posts because then I'm seen as a shill and uh, as a 2K sympathizer and whatnot. And like I said, criticizing is okay. If that's how a lot of you are feeling and you want to criticize the game, it's okay to do it in a civil manner where we're not taking shots at people and calling developers out or whoever else. It's not just developers, it's just 2K people in general, people we don't know. Um, we need to do better with that. And my tweet last night got a little bit of attention. That's good. Hopefully that attention translates over to Reddit. I have told my team to be, a little bit more thorough with the moderations and just to try to help out, clean up a lot of what's said. And hey, a lot of what's said that's bad is also about the mods, right? There's a lot of now I've learned to not take that personally, but because I'm around the community all day. But somebody who has a job and they're working so hard on the game, or um, they're working like around the game, like the community stuff, maybe at 2K, and um, they get a notification on Reddit, and then they come to check it out, and they see that it's somebody telling them that they should get whooped or something, which has been an actual post by somebody like that. That is just, it just doesn't help anybody, and I wish we would do better about that stuff. And hopefully, hopefully from here on out, because this podcast is being uploaded on Friday, so hopefully from here on out, going into October, we don't see as much of this. Hopefully, and I can kind of, I'm gonna have to moderate a little bit tougher, I guess, because like I love the interaction with 2K coming to our subreddits. They don't have to do that, but I love that they get involved with the community, which it's a very passionate community. A lot of redditors come here every day to the NBA 2K subreddit or even the My Team subreddit, and they're chilling, they're making posts or making comments or reading stuff. And how cool if you're like a regular to see 2K people in there. Like, that shows that they care. And we take a lot of that for granted, and I wish we didn't. So that's all I gotta say on that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is something that I see a lot every year, and I guess I want to mention it now. 2K patches, or 2K updates, whatever you want to call them. Whenever they come into the game, after the game's release, and then they change things around here and there, or they update things. That's what I'm referring to with when I say a patch or an update. And let's talk about specifically, what do they change in the patches? Well, they tell you what they changed in the patches. And if they don't, that would be called like a ninja patch, or something of similar wording. But for them to do a ninja patch, it would have to be something not quite important. And what I'm specifically talking about is how many people say that, oh, 2K changed my jumper. 2K changed my jumper with every patch. And there has to be some like psychological phenomena behind this, because, Mike Wang, the gameplay director, he's come out over and over again over the years saying, we did not change shooting. We did not change shooting. And to this day, end of September, the only thing they've changed is something to do with the post hooks. When specifically talking about shooting, they have not changed anything else. People always talk and tweet and whatever about changes in the shots, and I get confused because like, how does that happen exactly? So there's a patch, we go into the game, and then maybe we don't shoot well, so then we blame it on the patch, saying that they changed shooting. So what if there was no patch? Then are we saying that if there was no patch, then we'd still be shooting well? Is this really I don't know. I don't understand it. It's not like I'm buddy with Mike Wang and everything, but I really believe if they changed something like shooting, like the timing of the shot, or a certain jump shot got slightly tweaked or whatever, that they would mention it. They would have to, because people would be wondering if shooting has been patched or changed in any way. So, like, I'm looking at the most recent patch notes for version 1.3. Came out September 24th, so last Sunday. And in terms of gameplay changes, there's perimeter defense coverage. They tighten it up to reduce what is a ghost contest. And if you don't know what a ghost contest is, it's basically when you shoot the ball and you think you're wide open. It's a clean shot, open shot, and then it's like a 35% covered, like a yellow contest or even sometimes red contest, and the defender is nowhere near you, or so you think in your screen anyway. That's a ghost contest in the most basic generalization of the definition. They also increased the make window of open meter dunks, so making open meter dunks a little easier, which I think is fine. And then there's a few other fixes for, stability, functionality, and whatnot, but nothing to do with jump shot changes. And right now, and I don't know why, I don't know, maybe some of those stability changes, and this reminds me, the only thing that I believe could change your shot is, well, a stability patch that's so significant that the latency in the game for your shot like changes. So they didn't change the shot directly or the jump shot direct or the timing of it directly, but I guess indirectly it affected it. I can see that being a thing. I can actually believe that. However, I still would hope, at least I would think, that 2K would include something like that in the patch notes where due to stability fixes, the jump shot timing has been whatever by however many milliseconds. Um, Maybe there's like slight variations where they don't mention it because it's such a tiny difference, but maybe you notice that because you know your jump shot so well. So maybe everybody's half right and half wrong about things. But I did want to talk about how every time there's a patch and people go back on 2K, even though the patch is about nothing of what they're talking about, everybody's talking how oh, this is the jumper now after this patch. Oh, this is not the jumper after this patch. This jumper doesn't work anymore. And it's like, where do you see that? Where do you see that? I should also note, I guess, while I'm talking about the patch notes, the most recent patch notes, I should also note there is a developer note in here, and I'm going to read it because it's important. We are continuing to work towards resolving the most user impacting issues being reported. The team is currently working on an all encompassing patch that will be releasing in early to mid October. That patch will contain fixes and improvements spanning the entire game, including a number of community reported items that required a longer internal testing runway. So, I guess there's going to be a significant patch early to mid October. So, I'm going to say second week of October, maybe early on second week, or end of first week, like a Sunday, the same way they released the patch notes last Sunday. Maybe. We'll see. But that's good. So let's not you know, go crazy here with these patches because I think these are good. There's good fixes to the game, and it's not just on Twitter but on Reddit. People are talking, oh, they nerfed this and they nerfed that. They haven't nerfed anything. The only thing that they've touched is whatever's in the patch notes, and what's in the patch notes is completely fine for them to fix. Like tightening up perimeter defense coverage or increasing the window size of open meter dunks. What's the issue with this? I really don't understand. And if I go back to the other patch note, so the patch note before this, which came out on the 20th, there were no gameplay updates. There were literally no gameplay patches. So, what are we doing here? Right? What are we doing? Let's just take the game as it is, and let's take the updates as they are, and let's not make up blaming patches for maybe you're shooting a little worse this time, maybe you're struggling a little bit and you need a new jumper. Maybe you've needed a new jumper this whole time and you were just hitting them until the patch, and then the patch gave you I don't know, made you think other things. So another thing I want to talk here about it's been kind of hot. I don't know if you guys have been seeing this, but people have been saying that acceleration does not matter this year. Acceleration does not matter this year. Well, if I could find a video of was it? I'm assuming it was 2K Lab. If I could find the acceleration video where so I can't exactly find it from the source that I was looking for, but I just want to show you guys this video anyway. So, you're watching on the podcast. I am currently showing you uh, dribbling from over 90 acceleration and dribbling from 70 acceleration, 71 acceleration. So let's break this down because this is actually causing people to make new builds like instantly. The sample size in this video is 3 seconds, and that is in fact a sample. It's too small of a clip for us to look at this and take this as complete fact over acceleration not mattering at all when it comes to low acceleration or high acceleration. What you're looking at is one move, right? And what you're looking at is the animation into a speed boost, but it's the same animation. It's what you would consider the left-right animation, I guess, this year. Into a speed boost, and this particular animation maybe doesn't require that much acceleration, but there should be other tests with other animations, and maybe other just doesn't have to be dribbling animations, it's just animations in general. Let's see the players run with acceleration, things like that, because I find this so fascinating how the 2K community can see the 3-second video that I'm showing you right now, and they're making new builds because they see this and they're calling it, oh, acceleration does not matter. This is one move. This is one move with the ball, and it's 3 seconds. Look, let's say acceleration actually doesn't matter. Let's say maybe there's a bug and let's say it does not matter. You don't think that they would patch it? They would update it if there was something wrong with it? You know what I mean? And I do want to point out, Mike Wang did say acceleration is only used for first steps from a dead stand. The sequence in the video that you just saw, it would be using speed with ball as a deciding attribute and not acceleration. Would you look at that? So now imagine if Mike never replied. Imagine if people imagine actually how many people already made new builds based on the video that they did not see. They did not see Mike Wang's tweet, right? We as a community, in the 2K community specifically, we need to do better at taking in information. We consume information without any credibility, any checking of of anything. Actually, there's no checking of anything. We just take it for whatever people say. It's what it is, and we move on with that information. Why? I don't understand. Why do we do that as a community in the 2K community? Anyway, so if you've seen that video or if you've heard people say acceleration does not matter, tell them acceleration is used for first steps from a dead point. Okay? So that's when you're not moving and then you decide to move right away. Acceleration will be used. The sequence in the video with the dribbling uses speed with ball. It doesn't use acceleration. Okay? Okay. And I think that's about it for this week. I want to shout out to you, the listeners who I find it interesting that you guys enjoy this podcast, and I'm sure I could do a little bit better job. Um, Maybe with guests. I've noticed I've had one guest in all my episodes so far, and that one episode with the one guest completely broke all my numbers from all the other episodes. So maybe I guess the success point for my podcast would be to have more guests. So I will try to do that for next week's episode. Hopefully I can get somebody. I don't want to just force people on here. I want to get somebody that would be interested in talking with me about 2K and current issues and current things that they like and whatever else we can think of. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here this week, and I will see you on the next one.